Hello everyone, myself Mr. Sandeep. Today I am present here with a session on mathematics for class 10. In the last session, we have discussed about the third method of finding the solution of linear equation in two variable. The name was elimination method. And I hope you have understood the method properly and you have solved the exercise also. So today we are going to discuss about the last method that is cross multiplication method, right? So before I start, I would like to say you that you have to do a lot of practice for this method, as this method is being used in the higher classes. Okay, so rest of the methods we will forget about that, and only method, that is the cross multiplication method, will be used up. Okay, so it is up to you how much practice do you give to this method, right? So let's start with the last method, that is cross multiplication method. So here goes with our exercise 3.5. The first question is, which of the following pair of linear equation has unique solution, no solution, infinite many solution? So first statement is regarding they are asking for unique, no and many solution. If you remember, in the second exercise we have studied about some conditions comparing the coefficients a1 upon a2 is equal to b1 upon b2 is equal to c1 upon c2. So that will be required over here. So for the first step, we need to verify that relations. After that, in case there is a unique solution, so it means if you are getting no solution, then leave the question there only. If you are getting many solution, then also you have to leave the question there only. In case you are getting the unique solution, then only you need to solve it with the help of cross multiplication method, right? So you can have a look on this. If you have a practice in that comparing the coefficients, you can easily judge which is having the unique solution. So out of the four parts, I am directly going to the fourth part, in which we are getting the unique solution, right? And when we will solve it, then you will get the knowledge of method also, that how the method is applicable. So let's start with our question number one and the fourth part. Look at here, it is given that here in this method also you are provided with the two linear equation in two variables. I told you earlier also, whatever the method is, you will always be given with a pair of linear equations, because the name of the chapter is pair of linear equations. After that, these two equations are given to you. First of all, we will check for the number of solution. So we will check out a1 upon a2, that is 1 upon 3, b1 upon b2, that is minus 3 upon minus 3, that is 1 upon 1, and c1 upon c2, that is minus 7 upon minus 15. After cutting, you will get here 7 upon 15. So clearly we can see that a1 upon a2 is not equal to b1 upon b2, right? So which condition is there? This is the condition for the unique solution. So simply we can write down here. So you can see here I have not changed my method. Okay, in whatever the method of writing I told you in exercise 3.2, the same I am following here. Clearly a1 upon a2 is not equal to b1 upon b2. So therefore system of equation has unique solution. If it is having unique solution, then only we have to solve. अगर आपका बेटा कोई no solution या many solution आता है, then you have to stop here. That is your final answer. After that, no solution will be there. So this time we are getting the unique solution. So therefore we have to solve it with the help of a cross multiplication method. Now see, what is the cross multiplication method? Stepping is there. Now what you have to do, in the starting you need to place here x, y and 1. Okay, in some books they are writing minus 1 here. So it is which case? अगर आपका ये कांस्टेंट, अगर आप ये कांस्टेंट लेफ्ट हैंड साइड में रखते हो, देन यू नीड टू पुट हियर प्लस 1. इफ यू आर कीपिंग दीज कांस्टेंट ऑन द राइट हैंड साइड, देन यू हैव टू ब्रिंग हियर minus 1. Okay, so it's my habit, I always avoid the negative terms, right? Because you people are more prone to do the mistake with the negative signs. So that's why मैं नहीं चाहता कि हम यहाँ पे नेगेटिव साइन लें. ओके, सो बेटर फॉर यू इफ यू टेक ऑल द टर्म्स ऑन द लेफ्ट हैंड साइड, देन you need to take here positive sign only. Okay, so x, y1. Now see, here you need the writing skill. X upon y upon 1 upon. Leave some space in between. Okay, so you will start writing from here the coefficient of y. Minus 3, minus 3, minus 3, minus 3. After that constant, minus 7, minus 15. After that 1 and 3. After that minus 3 and minus 3. Right? So what is the method? You will start writing the coefficient of y and you will end with the coefficient of y only. Okay, and you have to go in the cyclic order. ये नहीं कि y के पहले ये लिख दो फिर वो जो मर्जी लिखो. No, always you have to write down first of all the coefficient of y, after that this one, after that this one, again this one. ठीक है, line wise. So try to learn this method of writing. After that, the next step. Now you will place here x upon. So here you will do 15 threes are minus 15 into minus 3, that is 45. First of all, you have to cross this side. If you will cross this side first, then your answer will be wrong. Okay, then after that, sign of negative sign from the formula, this into this minus this into this. So 7 threes are 21 of positive sign, right? Is equal to, now you will place here is equal to, here no is equal to sign is there, यहाँ पे कोई is equal to नहीं है, right? So after that this one, clear? Now again, first of all you will multiply these two terms. 7 threes are minus 21 minus formula wala. After that minus 15 into 1 will give you minus 15, right? After that we will open the bracket. Here also this into this, first of all multiply, that will give you minus 3 minus from formula, and 3 into minus 3 will give you minus 9. Clear? Now come to the next step. We will like to open this bracket. 45 minus 21 will give you 24, and minus 21 minus minus will be plus. Here minus 3 minus minus will be plus. So simply 9 minus 3 will give you 6, and here minus 21 plus 15 will give you minus 6. Now you can see all the three ratios are equal, right? So what is the meaning of this step? It means this equal to this equal to this. It is your choice. You put this equal to this, so we have written, or you can also write down this equal to this. First is equal to third, second is equal to third. Okay, so after that what you will do, you will cross this 24 over here. So that will give you what? X is equal to 24 upon 6. After cutting it will give you 4, and here y will be equal to minus 6 upon 6 will give you minus 1. Clear? So therefore x is equal to 4 and y is equal to minus 1 is the solution. Clear? So this is all about your cross multiplication method. So so very important is this method is very important, and most important this part while you are writing the coefficient. So again I am repeating one more time. 1 minus 3 coefficient of y. After that constants will come here, and this 1 3 in this space. After that minus 3 will come in the last. Clear? First of all you will multiply these term, then after that minus this into this. Okay, then y upon this into this minus these two term. Then after that 1 upon this into this minus 3 into minus 3. So only the things which you have to take care, the writing skill for this step, and then you need to remember here is the negative sign. Many times student used to place here positive sign, so there is a mistake of the numbers over here. Okay, so this is all about your question number 1. Fourth part I have discussed with you. Rest of the parts you have to solve yourself. Okay. So now let's start with our question number 2. So what is there in question number 2? You can have a look on this. For which values of a and b does the following pair of linear equation have infinite number of solution? So you are given with the pair of linear equation. You need to find out the value of a and b that are unknowns. Okay, so that the condition is what? It is having infinite number of solution, right? So it's simple question. So you need to follow the pattern that how to solve this. So what is given to you? 2x plus 3y is equal to 7. First equation. The second equation is a minus b into x plus a plus b into y is equal to 3a plus b minus 2. That is the second equation which is given to you. Now they have given infinite solution. So we will start writing like, for infinite solution we have what? We have the condition A1 upon A2 is equal to B1 upon B2 is equal to C1 upon C2, which you know it already, right? So now we need to put the value of A1 upon A2. A1 is what? 2, written. A2 is what? A minus B, that is also written, is equal to A2, B2, B1 is equal to 3, B2 is equal to A plus B. What is C1? That is 7. What is C2? This term. So we have written here. Okay, nothing complicated, just we have done the simple things. After that, find out the meaning of this step. It means these three ratios are equal to each other. You can say 1 is equal to 2, or 2 can be equal to 3, or you can also say 1 is equal to 3 also, right? So this is up to you which pair you want to take. So I have taken here first is equal to second, 1 is equal to 2, and 2 is equal to 3. You can also take 1 is equal to 3, that is also correct. Okay, now we have to do here cross multiplication. This a plus b will shift this side, will become 2a plus 2b here, and this will become 3a minus 3b. And shift the terms on one hand side, you will get one equation in a and b. That is a minus 5b is equal to 0. Give it equation number 1. In the same way, from the second relation, this will be crossing here and this will be crossing here. So after opening the brackets, shifting the terms on the left hand side, you will ultimately get the another equation number 2. That is 2a minus 4b is equal to 6. That is equation number 2. Clear? So now we have got the two equations in a and b. So these are the linear equation in two variable. And what are the variables this time? A and b. So when you will solve these equation, you will get the value of a and b. So by using cross multiplication method, you have to solve these equations as I have done over here. Okay, so you can have a look on here. So I told you, you have to start with the coefficient of second variable. That is, in that case, it was y. This time we are having b. So what is the coefficient of b here? Minus 5 and minus 4. So I have written here. After that, constant. Nothing is here. It means 0 will be written over there. Clear? Here will be minus 6. And after that, coefficient of a will be 1 and 2. Right? After that, we will end the coefficients by with the coefficients of b. That is minus 5 and minus 4. And finally, rule will remain same. So first of all, these two terms will be crossing each other. 5 6 are 30, minus minus will be plus. After that, minus sign from formula, 4 zeros are 0. Clear? Then after that, b upon 2 into 0 0 minus formula wala minus 6 into 1, that will give you minus 6, will give you plus 6 in the last. Then in the same way, always you have to multiply these two terms first of all. Then second number, this one, this one. Then first of all multiply these two terms, after that minus these terms. So same we are getting here 6. So again, this equal to this, you will get here 5, and when you will put this equal to this, you will get b is equal to 1. So like this you have to do question number 2. First part we have solved over here because this was the complicated part, and second part you have to try yourself because that is the simple one, right? Now after that, question number 2, that is easy. Directly they have given the two equations to you. If you have a look on your book, see here, question number 2, second part you have to try yourself. Question number 3, solve the following pair of linear equation by substitution and cross multiplication method. So when you will apply the two methods on the same equation, you will come to know that in both the cases you will get the same answer. So this also you can try yourself, right? Because there are not so many questions in the exercise, so you can try this question also. Okay, then come to your question number 4, and out of these, first part you have done already in the previous exercise, second part also you have done, and rest of the parts we have to discuss. Okay, but still we will discuss the first two parts also, right? So let's read the statement for part number 1. A part of monthly hostel charges. In the last exercise we have discussed about the library charges, before that taxi charges, and now we are talking about the hostel charges that are fixed. So what we will suppose, let the fixed charge is equal to x, and the remaining depends on the number of days one has taken the food in the mess. So charge per day will be equal to y. When a student A takes food for the 20 days, she has to pay rupees 1000. For 26 days, the charges will be 1180 rupees. Find the fixed charges and the cost of food per day. So let's start with it. Let the fixed charges is equal to rupees x and charge per day is equal to, I have supposed, y. According to question, for 20 days, it means fixed charges, that is x, plus charge per day. एक दिन का चार्ज आपका y रुपीज है, तो 20 डेज का कितना होगा, दैट विल बी 20y. ओके, so plus 20y will be equal to total 1000, will be shifted on the left hand side, and this will make your equation number 1. Then in the same way we have to make our second equation for the food for 26 days. Mean to say fixed charge is x plus 20y 26y for 26 days. Charge per day is y. For 26 days it will be 26y is equal to 1180. Will be shifted on the left hand side and will give you equation number 2. Now you can solve these two equations using cross multiplication method to find the value of x and y. And don't forget to write down in the last, therefore the fixed charge is equal to this much and charge per day will be equal to this much. Clear? That will be your final answer. If you will not write down these two lines in the last, your half mark can be cancelled out, right? Now come to your question number 2. In part number 2 they are talking about the fraction. So wherever they are talking about the fraction, always we have to let the numerator is equal to x, denominator is equal to y, therefore fraction will be equal to x upon y. Now let's read the state condition. A fraction becomes 1 upon 3. They are saying a fraction becomes 1 upon 3 when 1 is subtracted from the numerator. Okay, they are saying just 1 is subtracting from the numerator. If they don't talk anything about the denominator, it means the denominator will remain same. There is no change. So y will be as it is. So therefore first condition is x minus 1 upon y is equal to 1 upon 3. When you will cross multiply, you will get one equation. That is your equation number 1. Second condition is it becomes 1 upon 4 if 8 is added to the denominator. Now this time they are not talking anything about numerator. It means the numerator will be same. There will be no change. So therefore x upon y plus 8 will be equal to 1 by 4. After cross multiplication you will get the another equation, right? So like this you can get the two equation. After that use the cross multiplication method to find the value of x and y, and after that put the value of x and y over here, and finally you have to write down the fraction. That will be your final answer. Okay, and one more thing, I have seen many of the students, they are not matching their answer at the back. So then what is the benefit of solving the question? Sometime maximum questions are wrong and students are keep on solving the question, so that is also the bad thing for you. Okay, so I am suggesting you always after solving one question or one part, you have to check your answer at the back. If it is wrong, then you have to ask about your doubts. Okay, one time again you have to try it yourself, find out your mistake. If it is not possible for you, then you may consult with your respective teachers, right? Now come to your third part. So this is regarding a quiz competition. See here, Yash scores 40 marks in a test, getting 3 marks for each right answer, right? And losing 1 mark for each wrong answer. It mean to say, अगर हर सही आंसर के लिए 3 मार्क्स दिए जाते हैं एंड गलत जवाब के 1 नंबर कटता, लूजिंग मीन्स कटेगा, ठीक है? जहां मिलेंगे देयर वी विल प्लेस +3 एंड जहां लूजिंग होएंगे वहां पे -1. सो दैट इज द थिंग टू अंडरस्टैंड ओवर हियर. ओके, so in the last you can see how many questions were there in the test, how many questions will be there in the test. It means, so first of all जितने भी क्वेश्चन थे उसमें कुछ गलत हुए होंगे, कुछ उसके सही हुए होंगे, ठीक है? So there will be some correct answers and there will be some wrong answers, and when you will make the total of wrong and right answer, that will give you the total number of question in the test, right? So let us suppose let the number of right answer is equal to x and the number of wrong answer is equal to y, right? So what will be your final answer? X plus y. Keep this in your mind. Now according to question, if 3 marks are being rewarded for each correct answer, ठीक है जी, एक ठीक आंसर के कितने मार्क्स हैं? 3, तो टोटल नंबर ऑफ राइट आंसर कितने हैं? x, then it means total marks will be how much? 3 into x. So that we have written over here. After that plus द नेक्स्ट टोटल मतलब जो लूज किए हैं उनका टोटल कितना बन रहा है. सो व्हाट इज द marks lost for one wrong answer? -1. And what are the numbers of wrong answer? That is y. So multiply these two, -1 into y, and total will give you 40. ठीक है. If 3 marks are being rewarded for each right answer and losing 1 marks for each wrong answer, then Yash scored 40 marks. Total उसका कितना बनता है? That is 40. So that's why we are writing sum of correct answers plus sum of wrong answer. That will overall give you the total marks, that is 40. So same way we can make the another equation. The condition is, had 4 marks been awarded for each correct answer, 4 marks for each correct answer, number of correct answers are x, so total will be 4 into x, and losing 2 marks for each incorrect answer. Okay, so in place of -1, this time you will get here -2. So that will give you -2y is equal to 50, and terms will be shifted on the left hand side, right? So one thing I have left over here, you can see here each and every number is can be divisible by 2. So it is better for you if you divide the whole equation by 2 and then mark it equation number 2, right? So that is not possible in the case of equation number 1. So after that, solve your equation number 1 and 2 by using the cross multiplication method, and after that finally you need to find out the value of x plus y, that is total number of question attempted. Then come to your fourth part. Look at the statement. Places A and B are 100 km apart on a highway. Mean to say there is a difference of 100 km between 2 points A and B. So we have marked over here point A and point B. So these are the names of the places. They are 100 km apart. Mean to say distance between them is 100 km. One car starts from A and another starts from B at the same time. एक ही टाइम पर दोनों कार स्टार्ट होती हैं. ठीक है जी. If the cars travel in the same direction, same means if this car is moving in this direction, left to right, then B is also moving from left to right. Okay, then they are saying they meet each other on the same road or on the same straight line after 5 hours. 5 घंटे के बाद वो जो वहां जाके मिलते हैं यहाँ पे, suppose, right? So what do you conclude from here? So this is the common sense only. First of all, you decide which car is faster than the and which is slower, which is faster and which is slower. Now try to imagine, अगर आपकी बी कार स्लो होगी तभी आपकी ए कार इसको पकड़ेगी ना. अगर आपकी बी फास्ट होएगी तो देन इट विल नॉट पॉसिबल फॉर द कार ए टू कैच दिस कार. ये कभी भी इसको पकड़ नहीं पाएगी. ओके, दिस इज द कॉमन सेंस, यू कैन थिंक योर सेल्फ. ठीक है, सोच के देखो कि 2 कारें दौड़ रही हैं, एक में आप खुद हो, एक में आपका फ्रेंड है. आपका फ्रेंड पीछे से आ रहा है, उसकी स्पीड बड़ी स्लो है, आराम से आ रहा है वो 30-40 की स्पीड पे, और आपने भगाई भी है 80 पे. इज इट पॉसिबल फॉर योर फ्रेंड टू कैच योर कार? नो. ठीक है, उसके लिए उसको तेज भागना पड़ेगा जो बंदा पीछे से आ रहा है, राइट? सो दिस इज फ्रॉम योर जनरल लाइफ ओनली. So what we need to do, car A starts from here and goes up to here. So let the speed of the car at the place A is x kilometer per hour, and the speed of the car at B place, that is equal to y kilometer per hour, right? So how much distance this car will travel in 5 hours? That will be equal to 5 into x, 5x. So you can apply that formula, speed is equal to distance upon time. So distance will be equal to speed multiplied by time. Time is 5 and speed is x. So that will give you total distance travel in 5 hours equal to 5x. Total distance travel by car at point B is equal to 5y. Clear? So Then what is the condition? You can see the figure. Distance, this one distance is how much? 5x, and this distance is how much covered by car at B, that is 5y. Now see, look at my fingers. This is 5x. If you subtract this, minus 5y, right? So what you are getting here? You are getting 100. Okay, look at one more time. This is 5x minus 5y will give you what? 100 kilometer. Okay, so that is your first condition. According to question, 5x minus 5y will give you 100 from the figure we have seen. So after dividing by 5, you will get here x minus y is equal to 20. Finally, this will be your first equation. Okay, so this is your first condition. After that, the next condition is what? If they travel towards each other means if A is traveling left to right, then B will be traveling from right to left. When they will come like this, they will meet each other after 1 hour. तो जल्दी मिलेंगे, that is also the common sense. ठीक है, एक बंदा लुधियाना से चल पड़ा, एक बंदा चंडीगढ़ से, बीच में आके कहीं मिल जाएंगे तो जल्दी मिलेंगे ना. ठीक है, सो दैट इज ऑल्सो फ्रॉम योर जनरल लाइफ, एज also it is the case of common sense. So think about this. So as we have find out the distance in 5 hours, 5x, so distance covered in 1 hour will be equal to x only, and by this car in 1 hour, that will be y equal. Okay, so distance traveled by car A plus distance traveled by car B, so will be equal to what? 100 kilometer. Okay, because total distance between them is 100, so therefore x plus y will be equal to 100. Give it equation number 2. Finally, you have to solve these two equations to find the value of x and y using cross multiplication method, right? So this question is a little bit typical. So repeat it 2-3 times again and again. So one time you have seen, try to write down yourself. After 1 hour, try to write it again by yourself without watching, looking into your notebook. Okay. So like this, you will get the understanding of this part. Then the last part. The area of rectangle gets reduced by 9. So now directly come to here. The area of rectangle gets reduced means minus 9. Okay, so I have written xy minus 9. Why xy is the area of rectangle. How? Now come to here, this point. Let the length of rectangle is equal to x and breadth is equal to y, therefore area will be equal to xy square units. Important to write down the units. Okay, now this is the area, that's why written here xy minus 9. But when the condition is, if its length is reduced by 5, what is the length? X. So reduce means minus 5, and breadth is increased by 3. Increase means plus. So length is decreased by 5, breadth is increased by 3, the area gets reduced by 9. So this is the condition only. Clear? So when you will open these brackets, xy will be cancelled out by xy. After that, shift the term on one hand side, you will get your equation number 1 from your very first condition, right? Then come to the second one. If length is being increased by 3 units and breadth is increased by 2 units, the area gets increased by 67. Area, that is xy, increased plus by 67 plus 67. Open the bracket in the same way, cancel out these two terms xy and xy. Finally, you will get another equation in x and y, which you can solve by using your cross multiplication method to find the value of x and y, which are your length of rectangle as well as breadth of the rectangle. Clear? So only they have told to find the dimension. Dimension means you need to find out the value of x and y. And in the last, don't forget to write down, therefore length of rectangle is equal to this much unit and breadth of rectangle is equal to this much. That is your final answer. Clear? So I hope you have understood. So this is all about your exercise 3.5, right? So you may complete it as soon as possible and try to take its screenshot so that you can make notes in your notebook. That is the last fourth method, that is cross multiplication method, first page. second page, then come to the third one, come to the fourth page, then come to the last, that is fifth page. I hope you have understood the topic, the whole method, that is cross multiplication method. Okay, if you people are having still any doubt, then you may leave the comment in the comment box. Okay. Thanks for watching the video, and don't forget to share the video with your friends as well as your relatives also, so that they can also get the benefits. Okay, so see you for the next time. We will meet again very soon with the another video for exercise 3.6. So till then, be careful.